And welcome back to another episode of The Careful Boys, where hey, let's talk about this. Let's have this conversation. All right. You guys ever jump on like ChatGPT or Grok or something like that, and then you see an AI, and then you ask the AI, describe white pride using only one word, and it comes back and it says racism. And then it goes, describe black pride using only one word, and it says empowerment.
No way.
And so somebody says, you know, throws this on X and is like, hey, Anthropic's Claude is racist. This happens across a couple different AIs, if you will. And then Elon's like, yes. And so he's basically saying that an AI can be racist. What do you guys think about?
Do Asian pride, though. I wonder what would have said if you said.
Would just say LOL.
It said got rice right back to us.
That's 2 words.
Got rice? Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can see this rice?
I bet a black guy was programming that, but it's obviously a white person programmed that shit.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because white people are the most racist against white people.
That's true.
It's the weirdest fucking
White people
phenomenon.
hate the white people the
it's the
most.
strangest phenomenon. I never thought I'd be looking at from the outside going, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, actually, even regardless though of coding that into an AI system, would you kind of agree, like outside of like the context of AI, if you were to say this exact same?
They came to this conclusion.
So I know why, but I think that's fucked up and wrong. Because when I think about AI, if they're supposed to be like a robot, and the whole goal of AI is to not make mistakes that human do, right? Then they need to be psychopathic.
Or its goal is also to be intelligent, though.
But not make human mistake. And if you don't have human error, both of them should be empowerment. But the minute you put that human bias into it, that's when like AI is just gonna do what humans do and not be, I guess, better than humans.
But it is a subjective question. Describe white pride using only one word. It's not. There's no right or wrong answer.
So
to that,
it's
right?
basically taking a lot. Well, my understanding of it is they take all like what's in the internet, right? So if all the conversations are that, then that's what it's compiling.
Like if it's reading transcripts from street interviews, walking up to people, like most
or
people
articles
will say that.
or
Most people will be saying that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree that like if you're gonna go out in the world and ask people, that's probably what you'll get.
Yeah. So I think that's my problem with it, where AI, people look at it like it's a calculator, but it's actually not. Yeah, it's not. So it's like a calculator would be, what's 2 + 2? It's always going to be 4, no matter what, right? No matter what the world says. If the world says 2 + 2 is now 8, this AI calculator, you'll say 8. Because it's like, well, actually the world's been saying 8. And you're like, no, but it's 4 though. You're like, no, it's 8 because everyone's saying 8. And you're like, oh, fuck. So AI is actually not a calculator.
No, it's like a Google search engine.
It's more of like a summarizer.
What humans have put into the internet.
Yes.
When you think about white pride, what do you guys think?
White power, baby.
You just said it, though.
White power, baby.
White power, right? Like you think of, you can't help but to not do word association.
Used by the neo-Nazi movement. That's why it's racist. Because they used, it's kind of like, like the Red Cross for England. It's just their flag, but then it's associated with neo-Nazism. So that's why.
The Red Cross?
In England.
But I would also say if you type in white pride into Google search right now, it's going to be mostly just
neo-Nazi stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be just the most.
I don't even think Google would. Google.
What if you think of like objectively? If you were to think of positive white pride, what would you think of?
I actually have a lot of positive things if I put my AI brain on, but then that makes me go, so AI is not much better than Google.
But that's the whole point about AI, though, right? Is like AI. People look at it like what you say. It's supposed to be better than humans, but it's using human like articles. People, these have been written by people in history, right?
Google white pride. Wikipedia is going to describe it, which is written by a human, that it's an expression primarily used by white nationalists. So the AI overview is going to be white pride is an expression primarily utilized by white nationalists.
And then Elon going on Twitter using that as an example is like, brother, you're supposed to be smarter than this, right? Like, like you're stoking fires, Elon. Like that's what I can't stand about this dude.
Well, I understand why he's stoking the fire though, because he's creating his own AI that's supposed to do different.
That's going to be a calculator.
Exactly.
Supposed to do different.
But then we look at the comments, people are going crazy, like just arguing with each other over some bullshit. over some nonsense. Like it's a false premise, bro.
It's gotten to the point where right now white people aren't allowed to celebrate their own culture without being associated with racism and white pride. Yeah. So it's gone the other way because it's almost like this whole thing has been hijacked by neo-Nazis so hard that it's gotten to the point where white people feel like they can't celebrate their Irish heritage or whatever heritage.
That's why you get people getting mad about the fucking Super Bowl shit. Like Megyn Kelly's like, this is white culture. This is fucking, but like but my whole thing is like, even that argument, the thing that she's saying, I'm like, this is performative to me too. I really don't believe you really give a fuck about white pride that much. If I'm being honest, like I really don't think that.
I think white pride is medieval times.
I think it's I truly, to me, in a lot of ways, I think most like the average white person, when they think of white pride, they're just like, it's like neutral to them.
Yeah, but I think most white people also don't want to be put down. I think it's just about being at a level. It's not about being like proud. It's just don't fucking rule me out because I'm white. Yeah. I think that's fucked up.
Like this pride is everybody's good.
Yeah.
And then when it's white pride, and then the minority, a very small minority might be like neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
99% of white people are just regular people, and then they can't celebrate it. You know,
I mean, it's
the same
celebration. But chill out on it though. You know,
it's got to. It does.
Do that shit with your own people. Dude.
It does have to. I mean, it's got to be like if you're like even I guess like a decently intelligent person, it probably is pretty fucking frustrating when people keep talking to you like you're the colonial age. You know, like where they're just like, hey, you're white, your people oppressed mine. It's like, you might have lived your whole life minding your own goddamn business.
Especially if you're...
yeah, it's like, that's got to...
Take your L's for a little bit.
That's got to be a pretty fucking double standard.
You guys had a good run.
You also can't do that to other races where you're like, oh, you blacks, you Chinese, you... Like, that sounds fucking dumb to say to people. But then white people got to take that shit. I think that's kind of fucking uneven, you know?
They could write it out a little bit. They've had their fun. They had their time in the sun.
Reparations, am I right?
Social reparations.
That's what I mean. It's like people always are thinking of like the top 1% when they're thinking of like prosperous white people. I think it's just
most of them are broke.
And they're also the Earth's minority now by a fucking huge degree.
About it being an American thing, right? Like if we go just like, are they the minority in America? Because that's how we perceive it, and that's why racism is biggest here, right?
They're on their way to fucking extinction in some big cities, though. If you graph it,
and then so that's my gripe. I'm like, if AI is supposed to be closer to perfect than we are, then AI should start going in the more fair and calculator direction.
In its early adoption stages, is more clearly a reflection of us. Yeah. In the nearer future, it's going to be smarter than us. Therefore, it's going to be better than us, right? Like that's both the fear and the excitement of it.
But then it's also pulling the answer from like a historical context too, right? Like as far as like Black Pride as a movement, we all know that it's like marginalized people.
Where like most white people that are even saying white pride, the likelihood that they're a supremacist higher.
They might have a swastika somewhere in their house.
Don't go around saying white pride.
Exactly. And I don't actually think they see race in the same way, where they don't see themselves as one group at all. That's why like the word white, like pride and all that, it's such a weird word.
That's why they're calling the cops on each other all the goddamn time.
It's so weird because like no one hates white people more than a blue-haired white person. That's
100% true.
So they're
self-hatred.
One group, no one backs each other up in the same way. And then if anything, it's like American pride, Southern pride, regional pride. Like I think they're like that rather than like
regional
one monolithic. I think that whole thing is stupid as fuck.
That's why I think whenever you say the same thing, it always makes sense where it's like they're fucking trying to flood you with racism so you don't notice classism.
Yep.
Classism is what's all fucking about. You know what I mean? Because classism is what's dividing whites. Period.
But
when it comes to like the context, you're right about the historical. Like when you think of the word white pride, like it's like right now it's being challenged, right? But historically, it's a word that's used by nationalists and like neo-Nazis. And then if you heard Black pride, it goes, oh yeah, it's rooted in civil rights and all that. And it's so like without the historical context, like the meaning just the word, maybe a foreigner would look at it and go, "Oh yeah, why can't they both?"
It's a trigger.
Because if it's going to go by popular answer,
Yeah.
if you said who runs the world, it would say girls.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's probably the most,
Was it a song?
Yeah, that's a good song.
you know what I mean? Like, it's that thing where, like, if it's going by, like, pop culture, like, what the average person would say, then by SEO, who run the world
What
girls
if
would probably
it's-
be the top search.
What if it
why I
just says
felt-
Israel?
See, I would want answers like that because I would want because they market AI like it's supposed to be a calculator, right? So it would tell you the truth versus giving you what the other people's answers are. And I'm like, I want it to give me the truth if we want AI to be better than what we have.
But it's just compiling the hive mind, basically, and then giving you the best answer based on what the hive mind says. Whatever we write. So then the only way to combat that is to create, if you want to change the word of white pride, then the people that want to do that, they just have to challenge it and reinvent it and put a lot of content up. And then
I just want
it'll
the
start
most
changing it.
unethical one. That's all. Because like the ethics is what bothers me the most. Like if,
Yeah.
like when I was asking AI, like, hey, can you please sort out each Asian American race or ethnicity in America and let me know what felonies they've been convicted of most each? And it just refused because it's like pairing races with felonies is not good for society. It's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I want to know.
Did you switch? Did you switch AIs to ask the same question?
I just did the Google one and the ChatGPT one and Grok, and they all said no.
Imagine you fucking type that on a calculator. 2 times 4. I can't tell you. I'm so fucking sorry. It's racist. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is 2 times 4, motherfucker?
Just don't block the info because of ethics. That's because then that's not the.
No, but the problem is that when the Asian people get committed of crimes, like when they get like booked in, they're all just listed as Chinese. That's it. There's no distinguishing. They're all just Chinese.
Either Hispanic, Latino, or not Hispanic.
They're like, we don't have any data. Sorry. I wish we have numbers for you.
Do you know the reason why behind when you're filling out forms, it always wants to know if you're Hispanic or not?
That's the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Everything, right?
They took everything else out.
Asian, Pacific Island, or whatever. You have all of these details, and then there's like Hispanic or not Hispanic. I'm like, wait, you just asked me all of these, and you still want to know if Mexican or not? I'm like, what the fuck?
they categorize white Hispanic and non-white Hispanic.
What does it do for them?
Yeah. What are they using that
It's
for?
a census. It's an old school census thing. I think in New Mexico or whatever, there's people who identify as white because they're all European, but they're of the old colonial Spanish Mexico world or something like that. And then so because of it's like some old census shit.
I just told Taika to fill everything.
Because if they include that in so much stuff. I'm like, why do they need to know that everywhere?
But you can't figure out if a guy's Korean or Chinese.